G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is David from bonsaiworx. So I wanted to follow up on my maple videos that I've been posting recently. This is more maples that I am still in development, that are still being trained, that are getting, just slowly building them up, building up the process, building up the tree. And again, why I love maples so much and how quickly they respond to training techniques and so on. So this video, I'll be talking about, I think, 3 trees that I'm going to bring up and show you, and they're kind of they're still in the development phase. Like, I wouldn't put these in shows or exhibitions and so on. So just a bit of housekeeping. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and click the little bell icon for notifications of new videos. Plus, I'm now I'm on Instagram at hashtag bonsaiworx, one word. Works is spelled W-O-R-X, just for a bit of play on words. So there you go. So you would have seen, if you've been following my channel for a while, you would have seen this tree being repotted. I repot, and I'll show you all my trees when I repot them as well, just the process so that I do. All I do is film what I'm doing, in my bonsai collection. I'm just a little hobbyist, I call myself. Been doing it for 20 plus years, but I enjoy it, and yeah, it's just always it's a good idea to show you how easy it is. Sometimes it's not as complex as people may think. It's just time, learning, experience, and just learning. Just learn as much as you can, absorb as much as you can. You learn little bits and pieces from everyone, and you can take them away. So first things first, you'll notice the nabari on this. The nabari is the root spread on this tree, and it is quite awesome. Look at that. You'll see clearly, even in this light, you can see clearly the root spread from all the way out here, all the way around. You can see it's pretty awesome. It looks like a big mature tree in nature. It still has, you probably quickly notice, it still has a triangular kind of shape. Again, that's something I'm trying to work out of my trees, get rid of. I don't like the triangular look for deciduous trees. I'm trying to get more of a fan kind of shape for the trees. Now, you would kind of notice that, you would kind of notice that I've got some nice longer shoots starting to happen. And that's what I'm trying to do to build out this tree more. So imagine they build out and build out and build out and make a bit more of a fuller canopy over here. And then some of these build out and make a fuller canopy over here. And then I've got some long branches over here that are building out to make a bigger canopy. So I'm trying to disrupt the process of a triangular shape of tree by growing out branches. And now this is like, it's pretty symmetrical. You'll see that it happens all the way out, even in the back. I'm trying to rebuild the tree. I've got a bit of wire on it to direct the branches where I want them to go. One of the really cool features of this tree is the size of its leaf. Now, you can inside here they're actually cool, very small, quite small. It's a little bit larger on the tips, which is understandable because that's where all the growth is. But this is a good tree that when I trim it, I might take cuttings from it, because the cuttings are this tree has a very small leaf, and just by inside here that's back budding nicely. It's a very small leaf, so it's a good tree to take cuttings from. So that's another thing to look out for. If you've got a good tree in your garden that has small leaves, propagate it, air it or take cuttings. In this case, this is a good one to take cuttings of this tree, and I'm thinking, yeah, it might be soon to take some cuttings. They're starting to harden off these branches. However, I'm trying to still build the tree, so I'm in 2 minds. So when I do want to cut, I'll cut them and then propagate them. So, but yeah, I'm not worrying this tree too much. I'm just trying to let it grow out and fill out, and then cut back. So more of a clip and grow technique. Give it more of a natural kind of feel. So that's the plan there. It is. I can see the potential in this tree. So again, look for the potential in a tree when you're purchasing, or when you're digging them out, or when you go to the garden centre, or when you're growing trees yourself. Like if they're seedlings and you're growing them, look for the best ones and pick them out. Look for the, start working on the base if they're in the ground, and build the tree up slowly. But yeah, first tree there, tree in development, nice beautiful maple. But you can see the future. I hope you can see the future. More filled out, more rounded. Give it that more older, aged look rather than the pointy triangle look. So, a tree in development, but you can see how it is developing and coming together nicely, and the plan for it. Always have a plan for your trees as well. Okay, all right, I'll bring in some others. Okay, everyone, so here's a trident maple that's in much rawer state. Like, it is really in development. Like, it's very, very early stages of refining this tree. So I picked up this tree probably 5 or so years ago at our Bonsai Northwest show and exhibition. It was a piece of stock that was grown by Neil Padbury in Shibu Bonsai up north in northern Victoria. So it was a great piece of material. He brought it down and it was just huge. It was like, had shoots growing to the roof pretty much, 6 foot in the air, whatever. It was huge. So I had to really cut back pretty much back to bare stumps, almost bare stumps. So you can kind of see there's a nice big heavy trunk up here, there's a nice big trunk up here, so it's kind of split in two. Now it's all just a mess, it looks like, up here, but that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create some longer branches so that I can start to build a more deciduous looking tree in this tree. You can see I've got a long shoot out here that's growing, and just let it grow, just trying to thicken that up, thicken that area up, naturally letting it go that way. A lot of these shoots are starting to get quite long, which is what I'm trying to do. Trying to build that long shoot so that I can wire them and put them in place so that then they can kind of form that fan shaped style. So the last thing I want to do is create a triangle out of this tree. So I'm trying to make it a bit more fuller, so I can see this, if this branch out here is a big one and this one's out here is a big one, so you're trying to form almost two big canopies in this tree. So the bigger one out here and a smaller one out here, something like that. That's my thinking on this tree, but you can see very raw, but I picked it up because of this trunk base. It's quite substantial, it's got a real powerful look, a nice powerful trident maple, and we want to make a nice big full canopy to match that. So a lot of work in this one. This is many years off from being in a show or exhibition, things like that, but it's an enjoyable project for me. I find this is kind of a really cool tree to work on, but it's feeding it, building it up, building the energy in it, building the growth in it. That's what you got to do with this tree at the moment. I'm letting the shoots grow because I want to pick out those ones that will form the overall fan shape eventually, make a nice big full fan shape, build out two big canopies, two big fans, I guess, in a deciduous looking tree, and make sure they blend in well together. But there you go, trees in development, another tree in development. It's important to have these trees, not just show trees. It's good to be experimenting and working and building a tree up slowly. Okay, we'll be back with another one. Alright, and the third tree I was going to show you today is a bit smaller, but it is on its way to becoming a nice little tree. Now, again, beautiful little Nabari here, sorry, hands are dirty, but beautiful little Nabari that would have been seen in a previous video when I repotted this tree. Lovely little Nabari, nice small tree. And the height's okay, it's just that you see the triangle shape. Now, I'm trying to get away with it. I'm trying to build out some branching, trying to build up some growth. I've got a bit of a gap in here that I've got to work with, trying to put more growth in there. I've got some back branches that are getting nice and big, so I can move them around maybe to fill in those gaps and create a more deciduous look rather than a triangular look. I mean, there's lots of options with this tree. It's, I'm tempted to even maybe make it shorter. I could even airlay this top off and have a little mini possible and have a shorter tree, but I'm not convinced. I like the size of this tree, but it needs to fill out more. So, and that's the plan. It's still in development, you can see that. But again, filling out, important to try and get growth happening, get strong growth happening in different areas, feed the tree. It's still pretty early, this tree, in terms of in the spring, how much it's leafed out. It's still got quite a bit more to do. But you can see all the new growth, all at the tips. It looks quite nice and healthy. Yeah, again, this tree, the only front it can be is this, because at the back, it's kind of, you can see how the tree leans forward anyway, so see how it all leans forward. It's quite interesting there. But there's a big, huge wound out the back here, where it was trunk chopped. So that's slowly healing, but again, that will take years to get all the way healed, but it's going pretty well. But this is the front. It looks quite nice. Again, just needs that fullness, especially in the middle area around here. Needs to really fill out and become a bit more of a robust tree. I guess that's what I'm trying to go for. What else can I tell you about this guy? Again, pick good stock when you're looking for stock. Pick good Nabari to start with. Pick a good leaf. The leaf size is quite nice on this one, especially in this area because it's quite small. Compared that to the trunk, it looks pretty good, pretty even. The tips out here are quite long, quite big leaves. So avoid if they were on the inside. You know the tree's always going to have really big leaves. You can reduce leaf size, in trees. It happens. I've done that before, and the only way to do that is increase ramification, increase branching. So have lots of branching means lots of buds, lots of ramification, lots of twigs means smaller leaves, smaller. The more twigs and branching you have on a tree, the smaller the leaves get. It's just simple, I don't know, science or whatever it is, horticulture, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's that kind of easy. Again, there's a third tree, so in development. So they're nice trees being developed, but they're not ready for show. But you can see that I'm always working to improve. Always work to improve your trees, working on them, come up with new ideas, experiment. I don't mind experimenting as well on trees. Little bits here and there. Do they do better in shade? Do they do better in semi-shade? Do they do better in full sun? So maples, I think, do great in full sun, as long as you keep the water up to them, pretty much. Okay. Alright guys, my sign off there. That's the third tree of the maple in development. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. See you soon. Bye.